3, that is the number of the month for August, as Walmart EV Charging has opened 3 charging locations in the first half so far. July brought 27 and June brought 12. 3 is the quietest half month this network has had since the spring. It is also the least interesting thing that has happened in August. 16 locations turned up in the Walmart app this month, and as we know, when they turn up in the app is coming soon, that means that they are to be energized fairly imminently. One of those locations sits in California, a state that Walmart has not opened a charger in yet, and its posted price says a great deal about the market it's walking into. But let's start in Texas first. All 3 openings landed in Texas. All 3 run Alpitronic Hyperchargers, and all 3 have 8 stalls, 4 CCS and 4 NACS. Walmart EV Charging has settled in on a formula for the towns where residents call home in the DFW Metroplex. There are 4 Alpitronic Hyperchargers to host 4 CCS and 4 NACS stalls at each site, for a total of 8. The larger, more industrial towns, think Dallas and Irving and Fort Worth, a lot of those have settled in on 12 stalls total. Now, this footage comes from EV-Texans, who drove to every one of the locations that have opened in August, and they've put these on their channel. The link to their channel is in the description, so go subscribe to them. Lucas, Texas came first on August 7th on Angel Parkway, northeast of Dallas. The price is 45 cents per kilowatt hour or 27 cents per kilowatt hour off peak. Don't forget the Walmart Plus discount of 10%. Roanoke followed a week later on I-35 West at the same rate. Decatur opened on the same day on US 287. It's 47 cents per kilowatt hour or 24 cents per kilowatt hour off peak. Stack the Walmart Plus discount on top of the time of use rate, and now you're paying 21.5 cents per kilowatt hour, which ties the cheapest charging anywhere in this 103 site network. 3 openings in 16 days is one about every 5 days. That actually happens to be the long-run average this network has held since March of last year. Now, EV-Texans caught something else at Decatur. Gas cars parked in the charging stalls. Now, if you drive electric, you know exactly what that feels like from the driver's seat, so take it in proportion here. New sites get this. The paint is fresh, the signage is new, and to somebody who has parked in that row for 6 years, nothing about it reads explicitly as off limits yet, or at least they're trying to convince themselves of that. Every network sees the same curve. The icing might be heavy in the first few weeks, begins to thin out a little bit as the lot learns what those spaces are for, and then eventually it's not a problem. Most of the sites that I drove last month in Oklahoma in Walmart EV Charging's network, those complaints were legitimately occurring in June and early July. But by the time that I got there, I only saw 1 ICE vehicle parked at a charging stall. The good news is in that particular case, there were still plenty of other stalls available. Walmart's charging team has said, with Tom Malogny last year, that they will watch these sites, and if it becomes a standing problem, they will take action. The tools are ordinary: striping, signage, bollards, enforcement, and they work. Every network in the country deals with blocked stalls, and Walmart's lots come in with advantages that most of them just don't have. The chargers sit in high traffic parking underneath lights. There are employees on site all day. The company already manages those lots for cart corrals, curbside pickup, and fire lanes, so the muscle for keeping a marked space clear already exists. An unstaffed pad behind a truck stop doesn't really get all of that. So plan Decatur the way you'd plan any 2-week-old site. Check the app before you commit to it, and if you find a stall blocked, report it in the app. That report in Walmart's app or in PlugShare is what will capture Walmart EV Charging's attention as they monitor this small but often very annoying problem. Now, admittedly, Don attempted to have a conversation with the F-350 owner about parking in the stalls, to which the driver said that the Super Duty has 2 batteries in it. You can't make this up. Now, Decatur made it 103 open locations and 862 stalls. 431 are CCS, 431 are NACS. Exactly half, held across 103 sites built over 17 months. Charging right now exists at just under 2% of Walmart's American stores, which means 98% of the store base is still ahead and ripe for the picking for this build-out. Thanks to viewer Scott for the hat. I really like this, and now I'm in the same club as Walter at TNAC. There are 2 ways to pay less at a Walmart charger, and one of them does 4 times the work. Walmart Plus takes 10% off, which runs about a nickel a kilowatt hour at current prices. Moving your charge into the off-peak window takes off on average 19 cents. Timing your charge costs nothing. Time of use pricing exists at 58 of the 103 open sites. At the other 45, 3 in the morning costs exactly what it costs at 6 p.m. Across the network, the on-peak average is 47 cents and the off-peak average is 29 cents. That actually has come down because they lowered the off rate around me. Stack off-peak and Walmart Plus together and the network floor is 21.5 cents. Both Decatur and Holly Springs, Georgia sit at that level, and 2 more sites that are on the screen. That floor is cheaper than residential electricity in a lot of the country. August so far has been lackluster for the network if you are hyper-focused on openings, and it falls into a pattern we have now seen since April. 1 month is a small gain, followed by a large gain of openings, then a smaller gain. Will September follow suit and be a large gain for the network? Let's look at what the Walmart app is telling us. 16 locations, or 16 is actually just the number that I found with my manual searching. It could easily be more. And every one of those 16 is already under construction or just nearing completion, waiting on a meter, you know the drill. Hardware in the ground plus a listing in the app usually means weeks away from opening. Some locations have skipped this part altogether and just appeared in the app as open. Looking at you, Fishers, Indiana. 10 of the 16 are in Texas. By the looks of it, you might think that Walmart isn't scattering this quarter. But really, 10 out of 16 being in Texas is the result of months, if not a year, of planning and cooperation from utility providers. Looking at the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation entries for EV charging as a whole, it's clear that the state of Texas and its utility providers see EV charging infrastructure as a prosperous venture. 7 of those 10 Texas sites mentioned earlier sit inside of the DFW Metroplex, and they land on the loops. Garland sits along I-30 towards the center, and 2 Mesquite neighborhood markets sit along I-635. The rest are on the screen. You can read them faster than I can say them. North Carolina has 2, 12 miles apart on the same road. Charlotte and Indian Trail, both on US 74. 2 Alpitronic sites that close on one road reads to me as deliberate coverage. Now, admittedly, Duke Energy has been very slow in giving the green light to electrify the Indian Trail location. It has been in the app as long as that Concord location was in the app. But Duke did finally electrify that Concord location in late July, nearly 3 months after it passed all of its inspections. Iowa, Illinois, and Utah each have 1. Everyone an ABB A400. Windsor Heights is Iowa's first on I-235 in the Des Moines Metro. 12 of the 16 are Alpitronic, 4 are ABB. That ratio does not hold to what we know about the network being split 50-50 when we hit 100 sites online. But when you consider that the hardware is dispersed regionally, you can see where the lean towards the Alpitronic Hypercharger could be happening right now. Now that is 15 of the 16 spots that I have spotted in the app as coming soon. But it's number 16 that marks a major moment for this network. The 16th is Neighborhood Market 2689 in Fresno, California on California 168. It's an ABB A400 site, it's in the app, and construction appears to be complete. California is the largest electric vehicle market in the United States, and Walmart has not switched a charger on there yet. Fresno is the site that changes that, and the hardware is already in the ground. Interestingly enough, Fresno is the largest city in the country that does not have an interstate highway running through it. My best guess is about 4 to 8 weeks, this location goes live. Can't confirm it, so if you're near Shaw and Cedar and Fresno, go look at it, tell me what's going on, and, share it in PlugShare. Thanks. Now, the Walmart app has informed us of what the price in California will look like. But first, I found out last week that 70% of you who watch the Arkansas eTraveler regularly have not subscribed. Can you do me a big favor? If you've ever enjoyed a video here, please, can you hit that subscribe button? It helps the channel more than you know, and probably more than I realize. The bigger this channel is, the more videos I get to make. And who doesn't want more videos? And the better the videos are as well. Subscribing makes a huge difference. It can enable some of the very cool plans that have come to my mind for next year. Thank you very much. Now, the app is already showing Fresno's price. 61 cents a kilowatt hour on peak, 41 cents per kilowatt hour off peak, and Walmart Plus takes its 10% off of both. And that's an interesting point for Walmart shoppers in California who drive EVs. We all know that California's energy prices are what they are. But for those with Walmart Plus, because of those prices and because of Walmart using a percentage for this perk, your discount is the largest in the country at 6.1 cents per kilowatt hour. In my Blazer EV, that's a savings of $4.50 per deep charge. When you consider that Walmart Plus is just $98 per year, routinely half that price at Black Friday, and it's a retail membership with a perk for EV drivers, not the reverse, Walmart Plus begins to look very advantageous for California's EV drivers who shop at Walmart. Want some even better news? Fresno has company. 29 permits on file in California and 6 sites that Walmart has acknowledged on their website as coming soon. That's 35 in total. That's third in the country behind Texas and Florida, and all of it built up out of paperwork over the last year. Sacramento is the densest piece of it. 7 permits across the metro, 5 of them on I-80, spread over 47 miles from Vacaville up to Roseville. Every one of those 7 along that route is an ABB A400 site as well. And we're still finding permits all the time in California between Alejandro EV66, Ben at the EV Infrastructure Report, and TK Media. California is always coming in with more permits. Even today at the end, we'll talk about that. California also holds the only 2 Sam's Club sites for Walmart EV charging that we know about so far. Lathrop on I-5 and Visalia on California 99, both coming this fall when those brand new clubs open. And both of them will be ABB. That's going to be a fun moment in the early existence of this network. Now, we all know this. California takes longer to build than most states. Permitting runs long. Utility interconnection runs longer. And anyone who has watched infrastructure go up out there knows the timeline. 35 sites in the pipeline is what working that process looks like. And Fresno looks like it will be the first one across that line with many more to come. Now, Florida has 59 permits and 19 sites under construction, the second largest pipeline in the country. 11 of those permits are in Jacksonville proper, which is all of Duval County, basically. You add in Middleburg and Orange Park, and it's 13 filings in 1 metro, most of them along I-295. The Jacksonville Daily Record has been covering these filings as they land, which is kind of rare for this kind of paperwork. Every one of those 13 is an ABB A400. Now there's the flip. Among sites already open, Alpitronic leads 53 to 50. Among sites under construction right now, ABB leads 64 to 54. This is what it looks like when geography determines which areas get which hardware. Right now, it is actually swinging towards Alpitronic. But that's following a May when 16 of the 25 locations that opened were ABB. It feels like which hardware vendor hits a run tells you something about the weather or the permitting in that area several weeks ago. And following last month's avalanche of 50 new permits, we only have 3 so far in August, further confirming Walmart EV charging is in a build mode right now. Palm Springs on California 111, found by Alejandro EV66. That's the 36th California site, sitting on the road every driver takes towards Joshua Tree. In Dallas on West Wheatland Road, found by Ben at the EV Infrastructure Report, we have a new location there. And then in Lacey, Washington on Yelm Highway, I actually pulled this one out myself from the county records. That's most of how this database gets built. By this date last year, Walmart had opened 5 locations. This year, 89. 14 locations in all of 2025, 89 so far in 2026, with 4.5 months to run. Behind the 103 that are open, sit 120 under construction and 228 in permits that we found, for a total of 451 sites in the pipeline. The best part is, because of all that building, Walmart EV Charging has not updated their coming soon locations on their website since June 22nd. And man, have I been twiddling my thumbs. There's a meme in there somewhere. But now that Walmart EV Charging has passed the century mark, we turn our attention to 200 sites. No rest for the weary to be found from YouTube. Run the last 90 days forward, and Walmart reaches 200 locations on January 13th. Run the last 6 months instead, which flattens the July spike, and it lands on March 14th. Take the 3-month average through the rest of this year, and they finish 2026 with about 198 sites. Given what we have seen in the app, and that some of the locations just appear as open with no time for coming soon, I firmly believe 200 will be achieved by the end of 2026. Every one of those predictions depends on August being a pause or a moment for the network to catch its breath. 120 sites under construction says it is. This project looks very organic with moments of inhaling and exhaling like a runner in a marathon. We are just in a moment of breathing in deeply. September looks like it's going to be back to opening sites at an enormous clip. The one I'll be watching is Fresno, but as I know a lot of people are looking forward to it, when California finally turns one on, I'll be the first to tell you about it. Now don't forget, we are celebrating 100 sites later in August with a viewer special. Over 15 of your favorite EV YouTubers have joined in, along with other viewers just like you. Look forward to that by subscribing. I'm Landon. Thank you for watching, and happy trails.